removing all of the panels, the door panels or cabinet panels from this pantry. As you can see, you can leave the contents inside, and all of the panels have been numbered so that they can be put back on according to the size of this pantry. This is the paint that we're going to be using. If you'll notice, it is a satin grab and go. This is just a Walmart special here. It says it's a 15-year warranty, and this is the color Red Delicious, and there's your lot number. Okay, so the first process is take off the door panels, tape off the inside area, this metal panel. You want to tape these trim pieces off. All right. Step 1. Okay, so we're at phase 2 of this kitchen redo, cabinet redo. As you can see, that is now got 2 full coats of the red paint. And yes, we have a mess up there, but don't worry about that. That'll be taken care of. And all the cabinet doors are now painted. Here's the cabinet doors prior to their antiquing. So they're right now painted, and they will need to dry completely before stage 3. Okay, here is the cabinet with the antiquing done to it. Corner view. Another corner view. Okay, so in order to do the antiquing on the wall unit here, all right, as you can see, it's been distressed looking now, and I'll show you a side view here, and we'll come over to the other side here, show you this side. So as you can see, it has been distressed. Now, in order to get that distressed look, what I used is this semi-gloss in onyx black. You can see the lot number right there. In order to achieve that look, I used a sponge brush and a dry brush method, meaning that you just load up the color on the very, very tip of the brush right here, okay? And I went along the top edges of this like this, and came this way and done this, and came this way and done this, and gotten all of the edges there so that they're dark, okay? Then I come along these edges, and I do a method like this, and then I take the brush and I use the brush in strokes like this, okay? But lightly. Make sure you're dry brushing with this technique, okay? So now that that's done, we're going to be moving on to the cabinet fronts, the door fronts, and these are actually solid wood. So these have been painted with the barn red color that I've showed you already, and this little roller. That's how you get a nice flat. If you use a brush, you're going to have brush strokes in there, and if you want that brush stroke appearance, that's fine, use a brush. Now we're going to be, next phase of this is and what you're going to need here is some type of stain. Now I am going with the ebony here in Minwax, alright, and I have my mineral spirits ready to go. Now that is actually, I'll show you that. Here's the mineral spirits that I'm using. This is supposed to be safe for the environment. That's why it's, you know, looking like this milky color. So I have that pre-ready in a jar so that I can, you know, do my cleanup. This is the brush I'm going to be using to apply the stain. This is the size, and as you can see, it's for stains and polyurethanes. I'm coming back behind it with wiping off my excess product with cheesecloths, and I'll be using these latex, non-latex gloves to protect my hands. So So we'll get started on that and I'll show you how that works. Hey guys, so here's a panel that hasn't been touched, okay? It's just, you know, the panel's been painted, all right? Here's one that I've done the antique finishing to, all right? And this is just really, really, really straightforward. You just get your brush. It just takes the littlest tiny, you know, you really don't need much of this product on your brush at all. Honestly, I think I got too much right there. And yes, you can do a spattering technique and that actually looks pretty cool. Totally up to you, but you take your brush and wherever you want to apply product, you just give it a quick sweep, okay? Set that brush down and then you quickly try to wipe off. Hopefully you're getting the idea. This wood is very thirsty, so it is taking this, it's just really grabbing a hold of this. And you do the same thing on the inside where you want your corners to be fairly dark. You just take it and tap it in there. You see what I'm doing here? Hopefully you're seeing that. Okay. Okay, and you want to wipe away that excess product fairly quickly. Okay, you want to work pretty fast because stain is that. It is stain, and you need to work fastly because it'll really absorb into that wood grain. And I want this to have a very, you know, an ombre effect in the corners. See what I'm striving for here? So cheesecloth is what you use to wipe away your excess, and so we're going to work on these other panels and keep going. Okay, so here's the finished product. These are the doors stained and rehung. And now project is complete. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment bar. I'll be glad to answer your questions. Let me know what you think. Okay, so now we're doing an antiquing effect on this cabinet here, and as you can see, we're just kind of hitting a few spots here and there just to give it a bit of a rustic appeal. Now I've got the crown molding done up here, and I'm going to try to show you how I use this more or less dry brush technique to achieve this antiquing look, all right? Okay, so just take, you know, just an El Cheapo, and you can use a regular brush too, but these sponge brushes will do a really nice job. They're super cheap. So you just dip it a little bit in the paint like this, and I always smear off the excess or pat off the excess so that it's just barely like that, okay? You don't want a whole lot of product on there. So what you're going to do is, I want this corner to stand out a little bit more, so I'm going to come down here and just lightly give it a rub. And in order to get this effect, you just take this and you just kind of lightly pull up like that, okay? Now I want to give this a little bit more of a smeared look, okay? And over here too, okay? I want to really define that outer edge and put a rough looking, you know, like it's been around the block a few times kind of look, okay? And sometimes I'll drag that color over a little farther. I don't want everything to look real uniform, and okay, so in some areas you'll see that I'll drag that color over a little bit more, all right, just to give it more of an antiqued, looks like it's been around a while look. Okay, and there is no right or wrong to this. You just do it as you like. Now I'm gonna start over here, so I'm gonna put this on hold for a second. Okay, so as you can see, I've loaded up my brush again. Now I'm gonna come down here along this edge. Just gonna take this brush, and you can see that this faux finish, this is a faux finish on these. This isn't real wood. All right, that's even actually gonna help me a little bit create more of a old school, been around the block look. Okay, just come up, and I want to get along this corner here. I'm coming right into the corner with that. Just like that, guys. And that's the technique. Come right up in here into the corner. I hope you can see that. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, I'm going to come up here in this corner and do just a little bit more. See that, guys? Okay, so hopefully you can see now how that's got a, you know, more kind of been around the block antique look to it. I'm going to add a little bit more on this side right here, and we're going to call that one good to go. Okay, y'all, this is the finished kitchen. There's the island, and I'll give you a full view of that here in a second. The upper cabinets. Now getting a look at the island here. And the formica is going to be replaced. As you can see, this is damaged right here. Pay no attention to that. That's going to be repaired. And the pantry unit. So that's the new, completely redone cabinet, y'all. That was my major undertaking. Do it yourself, shabby chic country kitchen. Give me a thumbs up if you like, guys.